Hello everyone. So in the previous class we discussed what is comment and what is programming statements. Right now in this class we will discuss our next topic is C tokens. This topic is very important topic. Okay, why? Because here by using these C tokens only we are writing the programs. This one is a very important. This one is very important. Okay, see this. What is C tokens? Okay, let's see here. What is C tokens? C tokens is the one of smallest unit programs. Here it is smallest unit in a program. When you're writing the programs, your C tokens will be works in the one part. Okay, so we have the one program. In that, at least we are including the one token. Without the token, we cannot write the programs. At least we are including the one token also. Okay, so here smallest unit in a program is known as C tokens. C tokens. Smallest unit means you at least any one single word we are using into the program that we can call like C tokens. Okay, so these are 6 types. Here our C tokens are the 6 types. Okay, there are 6 types of, this is the 1 point and this is 6 types of tokens we have. Tokens we have in, okay, tokens we have in C language. Okay, so what we have 6 types of tokens. What we have 6 types of tokens. Let's see. C tokens. C tokens. In this we have keywords. Keywords. Next, identifiers. Identifiers. Next, strings. And next, constants. And next, operators. Okay, next, special symbols. Special symbols. Okay, total we have these C tokens is the 6 types: keywords, identifiers, strings, constants, operators, special symbols. Okay, so then first we will discuss the keywords. Okay, first one, keywords. Okay, when you are writing the program without keyword, we are not writing anything into that. Okay, so here keywords have the special meaning. Keywords having the special meaning in the C language. Okay, so here these having the special meaning. Your keywords are having the special meaning means here whatever we have the keyword, that is definitely having the one meaning. Separately it is having the one meaning itself it is having. Okay, and here there are always written in lowercase letters. Whatever you have the keywords, don't write in the capital letters, you have to be placed that into small letters. Okay, so it is using the lowercase letters. In the first letter also it is using the lowercase letter. It is not using the uppercase letters always. Whatever you're writing, that is definitely having the lowercase letters only. Don't write uppercase. If you're writing the uppercase, you will get the errors only. Okay, so why? Because here we created like that. We created the programs like that. Okay, so your keywords are having this some special meaning into the our C language, and these are written in the lowercase letters, and okay, and have the specific purpose only. Okay, and keywords are also called like reserved words. Okay, we can also call this one is the reserved words. Reserved means here we cannot change these keywords. We cannot change it. Okay, so whatever it may be, you cannot change this one. So it is reserved already. It is having the one place to occupy. So it is occupied one place into the program. Okay, so totally we have the 32 keywords. Totally we have the 32 keywords, right? And they are always performing the alphabetical order only. Okay, we have the total 32 keywords in the C language. They are performing the alphabetical order. So once see again what is keyword means here. Keywords are having the special meaning in the C language, and these are written in the lowercase letters, and we can call these keywords is also reserved words, and it is having the means here in the C language we have the total 32 keywords, and those keywords are written in alphabetical order. Okay, so you have to be write some meaningful sentence for this. Okay, so it is having a special meaning. We can write your lowercase letters, and we can call your keyword is also reserved words, and it is having the 32 keywords. What it is having here, C language is having the 32 keywords, and after that here we have alphabetical order performance. Your keyword is having the alphabetical alphabetical order performance. Okay, so let's see what we have the 32 keywords here. Okay, we have the 32 keywords, right? So let's see what we have the 32 keywords. First keyword auto. See here, first letter is also is in the lowercase letter. First letter is also in the lowercase letter. What is auto? What is auto? What is the auto full form? Auto means automatic. Your auto means automatic. Okay. So here it declares the automatic variables with the local lifetime. Okay. So here it is performing the automatic variables. It is performing the automatic performances. Whatever you're writing, whatever you're giving the variables without the any other permissions, it is definitely performing itself. It is not taking any other values to perform. Means it is not depending on any other. It is working itself manner only. It is working itself manner only. Okay. So here auto means it declares automatic variables with a local lifetime. And the default value of this variable is garbage value. Garbage means your waste. Okay, so means your we have in the computer system recycle bin, right? So same like that here, whatever you have the default value of that variable is taking the one default value into the garbage value. Okay, so means here this is the waste value. This is not good for the programming. This is the waste value have to be moved. Like that your our auto will be works. Okay, and next here we have the another keyword break. Okay, break means stop. Break means stop. It stops the process. It stops the process. It is terminating the loop or exit from the block. When you have the switch programmatic, in the situations we are using the our break. Break means it is stopping the process. Okay, it is stopping the process, whatever you are doing the program. Okay, so when you place it the break, it will be stops it will be starts that place. Okay, so your before what we have, that will be displayed for the output. After what we have, that will be not displayed. Okay, so your break will be terminates the loop. It is terminating the loop. And we have third one, case. Third one, we have the case. Your case means it is also displayed in the switch. Okay, so case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4. So up to case n we can choose. Up to case n we can choose. Your case means it is taking in the switch statement for multi-way decision makings. Multiple ways you need to be perform the one program means you can use the case. You can use the case. And next here we have the fourth one, char. Okay, your char means your character. Char means your character data type. Yes, we have the keyword is like char, but we can call that is also one data type. Char is the character data type. It is having the length is like 1 byte of memory. Okay, here we have the character. Your character means char means we can call character data type. Right, characters means we have alphabets, A, B, C, D, like this, right? We have the alphabets. For that, we are declaring our characters. Only one single character we can call characters. Suppose you are using the another mixing of alphabets means that is different. Okay, so you are using the single characters means you can call character. And next here we have the fifth one, CO and ST. Your CO and ST means constant. Okay, constant. It makes the variable value remain unchanged. Unchanged means it is constant manner. It is in constant manner. And next here we have continue. Next here we have the continue. Your continue means whatever you did the break, after that if you need to be processed again, you can use the continue. Okay, so it continues the next iteration of the loop. It continues the next iteration of the loop. And next we have the seventh one, default. Seventh one, what we have, default. This default is taking into the switch statement only. Okay, so it is used in switch case statement. It is executed when all the statements fail to match the expression. Okay, so if anything what you entered in the output section, if that is not matching to what you are given to the program, so that is taking the default one. When you are making the programs, you will understand how you are using this default. Okay, and next here we have eighth one, do. Eighth one we have the do. So your do is the one loop. Your do is the one loop. So we can call this is the do while loop. We can call this is the do while loop. It is similar to the while loop except that is executed at least one. Okay, here similar to, this is also similar to the while loop, but here it is executing the except list ones. Okay, and next here we have a ninth one, double. Double. Double means it doubles the values. Here it doubles the values means your big values. right? It is floating point data type. Your floating point data type means your fractional point data types. Okay, this is the floating point data type. It is having the double precision values. This length is starts with the 8 bytes. Your double variable will be starts in the 8 bytes of memory. It is taking the 8 bytes of memory to perform everything. So your double is the one floating point data type. This is having the double precision. Okay, and next here we have 10th one, else. So normally we are calling what else. After that what we have like this, what else we are calling. Okay, so like this only here, when you are writing the programs, you can place else statement. Else means here, if this one is correct, it is showing this output. If not, this is showing this output. Like this, in that cases here we are using the else part. Else means here it is followed by any if statement. Without the if statement, it will not work. Okay, it is following by the if statement, and it is used for the decision making. And it is used for the decision making. Okay, and next we have the 11th one, enum. What is enum? Enum means enumerated data type. Enum, enumerated. Enum, okay, enumerated data type. Okay, it is defining the named set of constants of integers type starting with the 0. We can call that is the enumerated list. If you're starting with the 0, we can call that is the, if you're writing anything into the set format, okay, it is, if it is starting with the 0, we can call that is the enumerated data type. We can call that is the enumerated data type. And we have next one, extern. It is means here this extern is declaring the variables with a global lifetime. It is performing the global lifetime. Your author will be working with local lifetime. Your extern will be working with the global lifetime, and this is the value will be default. It is taking the 0. Here it is taking the one default value that we can call 0. That we can call 0. Okay, and next here we have the float. Okay, next we have the float. Okay, float is also one floating point data type. It is having the single precision. Your double is having the double precision. Float is having the single precision values. Your double is having the 8 bytes of memory. Your float is having the 4 bytes of memory. Okay. Float means here it is one type of fractional point data type, and it is having the single precision values. It is having the length is like 4 bytes of memory. And next we have the for. Next we have the for. Your for is the one kind of looping statement. Your for is the one kind of looping statement. It is performing like initialization. It is performing like initialization, checking the condition, and it is also performing the increments and decrement operation. Okay, by using this for, we can do all this, right? And we have 15th one is like go to. Okay, if you're transferring the control one place to another place unconditionally, in that situations you can use the go to keyword. Okay, if you're transferring one statement to another place means here you can use the go to, right? And next here we have the 16th one, if. We have the 16th one, if. Okay, so in the previous we got the else, right? So without the else statement, we cannot write the else. If you're writing else statement without the writing of if statement, we nothing will be possible to write. Nothing will be possible to write. Okay, right here if is used for the decision making, and it can be used along with else in different forms. Okay, so by using the else, it can be performed in different forms also. And next here we have int. Int is the one data type. Your int is the one basic integer data type. Okay, so by using this here, we can design or designate whole numbers what we have. Okay, it is having the some special range to perform, and it is just taking the 2 bytes of memory. Okay, so your int means your integer data type, it is having the 2 bytes of memory only. Okay, so it can, we can call like a decimal value. And next here we have 18th one is the long. Okay, so your it is also one type of uh, double only, but here it is one type of modifier which alters the meaning of actual data type to a new type. Okay, whatever you have, so it is also one double data type only, but it is working long values. It is working for the long values. Okay, and next here we have the register. Next we have the register. This register is declaring the variables with the local lifetime, local side. Here it is taking the local side. Local means your it is taking inside of the programming, inside of the main method. Global means here it is taking the outside of the main method, like that. Okay, so here it is taking the, it is declaring the our register values into the local time, and it is storing the CPU registers, central processing unit registers, and the default value of the register it will be garbage value. It is also storing into the garbage values. Okay, and next here we have the return. Next here we have the return. Return means it is just existing from, okay, current what you're performing, so that is performing here. Means you're currently executing function and returns your value to the calling function optionally. Whatever you're writing the program, at last you have to be placed one return. So it may be return 0, just return, or else anything. So here it is going to back. Okay, means here it is going to back, means here it is checking whether a function is calling or not. Okay, whether the function is calling or not, it is performing like one optional performance. Okay, and next here we have the 21th short. Okay, here int is having the 2 bytes of memory. Okay, so your short, we have the short. Your short is the one type of decimal, so your one type of data type only, right? Here it is having the type modifier, it is having some meaning of actual data to perform, that is we can change into the new performances, and it is also works with the our int data type. Short is compared to the integer, short is the very less performance, means here we'll get the some small decimal numbers in this. Okay, all right, and next here we have signed. Okay, what we have signed. Here sign means here it may be negative or positive. Okay, sometimes whatever you are writing, you are not giving the negative or positive, means here we are calling yes and unsigned we are calling. So if you are giving the, it may be plus or minus, we can call that is the signed. Okay, so it is taking the both negative and positive values which can be applied to the character data type. Okay, so your signed values can be applied in the character data type. And next we have the size of. Next we have the size of. This size of can return the data type, or else here it is returning the expression. It may be returning the size of the data type, or else it may be returning the expression of the data type. Okay, and next here we have the static. Next we have the static. Your static is the one variable of local site, and it is defining the value variable 0. Whatever you are giving for the static, it is defining the value will be 0. And next here we have struct. Next we have the struct. Struct means your structure. Struct means your structure. It can be defines the collection of data items of different data types under your single name. Okay, so it is taking the collection of data items, and that can be taking different data types when you are performing the our programs. Okay, structure means your structure. And next here we have the switch. Next we have the switch. Your switch can be performed in multi-way statements, and these multi-way statements can use the break and the continue statements also. Okay, so in this we can perform some selections whatever your users required. Okay, several options we have for the by that here you can choose what you need. That is possible by the switch. And next here we have the type def. Type def. Here what is type def? Your type def means your type definition. So this can be creates the new type. Okay, so your type definition will be creates the new type, right? And next here we have union. Okay, so this union can be taking collection of data items, that is also taking the some different data types, and it can be performed similar to the our structure. What we have this struct here, union also performing to the structure. And next here we have the unsigned. So your signed means your it may be both negative or positive. Your unsigned means your it is just taking the only positive values. It cannot be taking any negative values. And next we have void. Your void is the return type. Your we can call this void is the function return type. By using this means your when your function does not return any value, if any function is returning does not return any value, in that cases you have to be mention the our void function. And next here we have the 31 is like volatile. Your volatile. Okay, so your volatile is the one opposite to constant. Here we have the constant, right? So opposite to that. Okay, so it is making the our variable values to be changed in the function when you are running into the background. In that cases here it will be changes the our values. Okay, and next we have the 32 while. Okay, here we have the do. Here do is also similar to while statement. Already I said that, right? So here while is the repeated performance. It can be performed like a repeated execution to the statements to perform the expressions or conditions, anything. Okay, so these are the our 32 keywords. These are the our 32 keywords. What we have 32 keywords total: auto, break, case, char, constant, okay, continue, default, do, double, else, enum, okay, extend, float, for, go to, if, int, long, register, return, short, signed, size of, static, struct, switch, type def, union, unsigned, void, volatile, while. Okay, so whatever it may be, everything will be in the alphabetical order only. So everything is having a special meaning. Everything Means here every keyword is written in the lower case letters only. Okay, so everything can be written in the lower case letters, and we have the 32 keywords, and everything is written in the alphabetical order only. Okay, so these are the C tokens. These are the C tokens. And next we have the identifiers. What we have? Identifiers we have. Series. Next we have the identifiers here. What is identifier? What is the identifier? Okay, so here identifier is the one name. Your identifier is the one name of the variable. Okay, means here this identifier can work with the names of the variables. It can be works with the names of the variables, functions, and arrays. Functions and arrays. Okay, and these are the user defined names. Okay, your identifiers are having the, or else your identifiers designates the name of the variables, functions and arrays, and these are the user defined names that is having the some sequence of letters and the digits. It is having the some sequence of letters. Okay, sequence of letters and digits. It is having the sequence of letters and the digits. Your identifiers can work with the uppercase or lowercase letters, whatever it may be. Okay, it is taking the uppercase and lowercase letters. Uppercase and lowercase letters also it is taking lowercase letters, whatever it may be. You can use the uppercase letters or else you can use the lowercase letters. And special character underscore can also be used in the identifiers. Underscore. Okay, suppose you are writing number of people. Okay, number of people. Okay, so your underscore also will be considered into the identifier. Okay, and your we have some rules to perform the our identifiers. What we have the rules to perform the our identifiers. Here we have the rules like identifier must begin with the alphabet or an underscore. It definitely starts with the alphabet. At least it starts with the alphabet, maybe A or A to Z, anything. It may be A to Z, or else it can be starts with the underscore. Okay, in the first rule it is starting with the A to Z, and or else here it is taking the underscore in the starting point at least. Okay, and identifier name must not be a keyword. Whatever you are writing, the identifier, that is not means you that is not taking the keywords. First you have to be take other than the keywords for this. Okay, so here whatever you are writing the identifier name, that is definitely not for the keyword. Okay, must not be a keyword. And next here they must having letters, digits or underscores. At least it is having the letters, digits, underscores. And next here it is having the length of the identifier must not to exceed the 31 characters. Whatever you are taking the length for the characters, it is just not exceed with the 31 characters. Just after you are writing the 32 characters means you are stopping the process. Okay, and next it is having the, it does not include the white spaces. White spaces means you're in between. Suppose you are writing the hello world. So here I given some space. Here this is the some white space. So in between you're writing the underscore means it will be valid. Otherwise it will not valid. Okay, so like this here you have the identifier. Okay, And next here we have these strings. We have these strings. So I will explain these strings and the constants again. Okay, just we have simple words here for this. Strings means here, okay, string is the one defined the character. Okay, so whatever we have the characters here, so that characters is taking the A to Z characters only. But when you are writing these strings, that can be closed with the double quotation marks with the word format, with a combination of the character. Your string is done with a combination of characters. Okay, we can call this combination by the of characters, anything, any word we can call string format only. Why? Because your with is the combination of the characters WITH. We are combining those words here. We are getting the one word. Okay, so we can call that is the string format. Whatever you have the string format, you have to be enclosed that one into double quotation marks. Okay. And next here we have so you can place that one string format. So, okay, I will explain. We have for these again. Okay, and next here we have constants. So your constant is nothing but it is whatever you're writing the values, that can be in the constant values only. So whatever you're writing, so that is definitely in the constant manner. Okay, so your okay, suppose you are writing the any value, any number, anything, so that is definitely having the constant. So means here constant means here that cannot be changed. It cannot be, value cannot be changed. Value cannot be changed. Okay, so it definitely constant only. It cannot be changed. It cannot be changed. Okay, so I will explain again. We have the constant topic. Okay, and next here we have operators. Next here we have the operators. Okay, so your operators is nothing but your in the previous already we discussed, your operators means your whatever you are placing in between the operands. Place, equals to, minus, in okay, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus division, less than, greater than, comparison, okay, or and, okay, not, everything will be operators only. Okay, we have the total 8 operators. How many we have? 8 types we have in this operators. Okay, we have the topics for the operators. In that I will explain what we have the operators in that. Okay, like arithmetic operators, okay, logical, comparison, relational, bitwise, special, so many we have. I will explain in those classes. Okay, so and next year we have these some special symbols. At last we have these special symbols. The special symbols are used to perform the like square braces, parentheses, flower braces, comma, okay, or else it is performing the again comma, semicolon, colon, into, equal to, okay, like this here it is performing. Okay, these are the our special symbols in our keyboard. We have the special symbols, right? So like this we have special symbols in the, when you are writing the programs, we are using these symbols also. Equal to, we are using square braces, parentheses, okay, so we have these also, um, single quotation marks, double quotation marks, everything will be our special symbols only. Okay, so these are the our C tokens. Here what we have the C tokens. The C token is the some smallest unit in a program. We can call that is C tokens. It has the 6 types. Here what we have the 6 types of tokens: keywords, identifiers, strings, constants, operators, special symbols. Again, we have the topics for keywords is identifiers is this is only, and your strings, constants, operators, and special symbols. We have separate topics here. In that, I will explain more about that. Okay. In next class, we will discuss another topic. Thank you.